in the 62 Ferrari and the 3 Corvette respectively can just do a slow lap and chill their tyres off a little bit and then come back. Dirk Müller, by the way, best lap for the 66 Ford, 5th position, the 2:03.4. We have 6 cars within 3 corners of a second.
Alexander Simpson on another good lap there, first sector.
Just have to find a lot, Jeremy, calling 3 tests.
That first sector, John's best time on the previous time, the time at which he set the fast set one. No improvement there for Alexander in the second sector. Ryan Briscoe though jumps up into 4th position.
Fizzy trying very hard indeed on the last sector, and a 32.183 in that sector. He's not bad at all. He's winding up with something here. Keep your eyes on the timing screens if you're watching online. BMW coming through to the final corner is the 24 of John Edwards. Keeps on the curve, which is fine. Now the finish line is the start line, which is all the way up the straight, as through goes John Edwards to a 2:02.833, this time a 2:04.212, so a couple of seconds away. That might have just been a cooling off lap as well.
Alexander Sims, his teammate there in the number 25 car, did improve on that. He got himself back ahead of Brian Briscoe. Dirk Müller also improves and slots between those two into the 5th place in the Ford car number 66. So he moves up into the fifth position just ahead of Ryan Briscoe. The best of the Porsches then. Down in 7th place, Patrick Pilet with a 2:03.5.
Fisichella pushing along, 44.4 in the first sector is not bad. We're going to see improvements further back down the top half dozen, but at the moment the top 3 look to be fairly well sorted with 2 3/4 minutes to go, and Fisichella is not pushing, I would say, as he comes round to turn 15.
And what's interesting to me on that is that Patrick Pilet in a practice session just not long ago, he's 2:03.0. So he's lost half a second since the final practice session, whereas most of the other guys have gained some time.
And Ryan Briscoe gains 3rd position. 67 Ford, 2:03.0. We've now got 4 cars within 0.2 of a second and 6 within 0.4 of a second. The top 3 rows under half a second, in fact under 0.4 apart. You can say what you want about BOP, but it brings you very close racing and qualifying, Jeremy.
Well, BMW, Ferrari, Ford, Chevrolet, the top 4 times. And Giancarlo Fisichella, he's given it up. He's on to pit lane. That is the best that the Ferrari Racing Company is the only team will do it in car number 62.
Oh,
goes
Briscoe at the top of the hill at 9.
What did he have his left
Well,
on that red and white curving?
That
was very, very close.
Threw up dust from his right hand side, Michelin. He was so wide there. He's on the back straight now and pushing. It wasn't a bad first sector, but not a personal best. Top 2 are in the pit lane, and Müller comes up to 4th position for Ford, 24, 62, 67 and 66. So now we have 5 cars within 0.2 of a second, and Jeremy Shaw smiles that evil little grin that he has when he knows we're going to have a really fabulous battle in GTLM.
Yeah, Patrick Pilet does improve on that last lap, by the way, 2:03.3 on his 6th lap for the Frenchman in car number 911. Wolf Hentzler, despite having not nearly so much experience in this car as the other Porsche factory drivers, he's turned a 2:03.7. That's within the second of everybody of the class pace setter. John Edwards was also on to pit lane. Purple now for Patrick Pilet in car number 911 in sector 1 through the S's. That number 911 car is absolutely flying.
Now this could be very interesting. Pilet coming down to turn 19. He's got 1 more corner to go. I'll check that, my apologies, it was at the end of the back straight. Now comes into 40, sets the car up for that tricky tightening left-hander at 50. Looks at a really odd line as you turn in the first part of it. Didn't get towards the apex, but that's not the worst thing there. gets the grunt out of it, the engine pushed far forwards in that portion this year through 18 now, that long right hand, and now he's coming up to 19. Steers on the track, does he? Oh, he's very close indeed to running off. Now to 20. Here he goes. He had a decent middle sector and just about steers on the red-white curvy with his left-hand Michelins. I don't think it's good enough. The checkered flag is out. This will be his last lap. He comes to the line now. Pele, does he improve? He improves his time, but not his position. Lost it in the middle sector.
But who did improve was Alexander Sims in car number 25 for BMW, up into 3rd place. Purple in the middle sector for Alexander Sims. So it's now BMW, Ferrari, BMW, Ford, and then Jan Magnussen in a Chevrolet in 6th position.
Oh, Briscoe was on a really quick lap and completely loses it under braking for turn 19, for turn 12, excuse me, at the end of the back straight. And that will really ruin his lap. He was on a good one there. Maybe good enough.
On the limit driving, huh?
This is ragged edge stuff, isn't it? Knife edge stuff.
6 cars within 0.2 of a second.
Magnificent. And with due respect to any other series running GTLM or GTE, this has got to be the best in the world at the moment. As I think we'll see the Ford come into the pit lane. We have Tommy Milner is still out there, but will not improve. So Jim Roller is standing by and expectant John Edwards down by the BMW. What a turnaround in fortune. BMW's 1st and 3rd, and John Edwards is on pole position at the Circuit of the Americas.